Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2. This is episode 8, and in total, episode 20. Man, was this a great episode, and I would say a must watch and the highlight so far of this season. Anyway, this video will have some type of spoilers in case you haven't watched this yet. So, to start things off, finally, Bruce and Elise make it into Lapin, the city known for the labyrinth. It's called Labyrinth. Anyway, they get there and they go to the guild hall to try and figure out information to find Paul. They see Geese, well, Elise does. Anyway, he takes them back to the group. We get to see Paul again, and he's sad, he's depressed, he's upset. He just wants to see his wife. Brutus wants to go save his mom, and he wants to just be happy again, back to the fam. Anyway, we fast forward, we get to an important part. What is important about this labyrinth? Well, as they're talking about the plan to get there, they let us know that this is a teleportation labyrinth. And in this labyrinth, there's teleporter stones. And as Paul's talking, we get to see how everyone finally gets there. You got the gnome dude and some other chick from Paul's party, I believe. I don't know if that's like I don't know who she is exactly. I forgot her name if she did have a name. But anyway, he finally says, "Here's everyone," and this is where they get ready to go into the full-on plan. But yeah, we figure out that Roxy is not there, and you want to know why Roxy's not there? Well, she ended up getting stuck in the labyrinth as well. His mom has been missing for like 5 years, and she was last seen with a party. So, oh my god, that means probably her party's dead. Anyway, they finally get ready, throughout, I guess, the full day after they have that talk. He's with his dad, and they're in the sleeping quarters. And of course, Rita's stepmom, she's there. She's their maid. Very awesome character. Very cute, very awesome. And Paul is kind of bonding with his son, and Rudy is enjoying his dad. He's finally learned to be like, this is just how Paul is. Paul's at his low, and get to know my dad, and his dad is trying to see, like, just basically look at Rudy and be like, he's a man now. This is the man he's become. He figures out that he not only got married, he went to a magical school, and that book Geese will use to actually lead them in this labyrinth. So, if you've seen the last episode, he brought the book from the school, and that's going to come in handy. And that's from a good friend of his. Oh no, Ishi. Not no Ishi. Sorry, probably said it wrong. But good friend, W friend. Anyway, they're going through this labyrinth. It's basically like this. It's a cave. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's a cave, and I'm down for that. I wasn't disappointed. Anyway, Rudis can't use like fire magic. He can't use anything that hits the top of the ceiling. Gnome dude is basically going down with him about it. And that's the big thing. Rudy can't use any wild magic. But he can use ice. So he performs some ice, and Gnome dude's like, you really must be a student of Roxy. Speed forward. They're going through the cave. They're teleporting. Paul's trying to show off to Rudis and really talk to him because he's kind of nervous about it at the same time. But it's a family bonding time, finally, and we've been waiting for this. Hopefully, nothing bad happens to these characters. I do not know, and I don't want to know yet. But yeah, we go from there. They take a teleport stone, or stone, should I say? And they get to this next area. This next area, they're just like walking, and Gnome Dude asks Rudis this. He's like, where do you think Master Rocky is? Where do you think she is? Rudis sees like water dripping and hears it. He goes over to it and he like, looks in between it. All at once, we get to see Roxy fending off this like wave after wave of these spider and scorpion monsters. Just tons and tons and tons. And I was confused at first. I thought she was gonna like put herself into the wall. Because if you watch this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to spoil it, but that's the only way we could talk about it, and it's like really hyped me up and made me want to talk about it. But she like gets back down into this corner. She get ready to like guess put herself into a rock, and I was thinking maybe she was ready to put herself into one. She's like saying, "Please, someone help me," and she passes out. She wasn't yelling to Rudis. She was like kind of saying it just over there. All at once, it goes black where she's closed her eyes and she opens them. Ice literally froze every monster, and Rudis comes out. I didn't even know if it was Rudis for sure. Like heads were falling off and everything else, and we see footsteps, and slowly but surely, our boy Rudis. You have Roxy looks at him, and she blushes, and we already know what's about to go down. Will Rudy start another family in this season right now? I don't know. It's gotten crazy. Question of the day before we rate it is this: do you think that Rudy and Roxy will be a couple? Do you think they're gonna get married? I guess that's the real question. Do you think that Roxy and Rudy will get married as well before he leaves off and tries to go somewhere else? I don't know. I would hope so. It'd be interesting if he ended up living a life with her and then he ended up having to leave and then go to the next thing. But overall, this episode is a nice 8.2. Didn't kick my socks off, but didn't make me keep them on. You know what I mean? It didn't like I took like one off at least. So 8.2 on the map, and that's pretty fair. Anyway, guys, stay safe and peace.